It's week 2 of the National Football League, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Panthers and the Texans, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in off the very rare tie a game ago.
And it'll be interesting to see what their mindset is going into this game. Sometimes that can be a deflator, and sometimes that can just really make you mad and more determined the next time out.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season, the final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
Every quarterback in the NFL has a little bit of his own signature style out there, but for this guy, he really plays the game in a different way. It's led to a couple double takes from us up here as we see him as something truly unique. It's not that he's just the strongest passer or the best athlete to ever play the position. He just has a certain way of seeing the action, and it allows him to make some special plays out there.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They find some open field here. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up second down. They'll give up the middle to Johnson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 yards and a Panther first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that'll make it second down. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And all this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stopped them behind the line for the second straight play. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. There's the Panthers punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a young man making his first NFL start.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
They'll start with the option. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. He'll look to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
On second down, here's the option. And for a second straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. The Texans send the punter out. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Let's take it inside his own 40. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McNamara. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. You look at the defense for these Texans. They sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Operating from the gun, McNamara. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Panthers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
There's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out. Still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception. navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Houston set to take over. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Thomas has got it, complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw here. He gets it to Thomas. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. (14-0) the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And that's complete. It's Green here. Takes this to the 45. Not much space there after the nice move. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun with Moss. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he is going to have a Texans first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully, that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Now is 2nd and 10. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That's returnable now for Smith. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Texans will take over. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up and let's...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And Thomas has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got Thomas yet again complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. throwing to start the drive. McNamara. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, McNamara. And he's brought down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. Again, he'll drop to throw. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Ball start, offense.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
On second down, here's a run with Moss. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. On 1st and 10, McNamara dumping it off for Johnson. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Off the play fake. McNamara. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Fights through him. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They go to Johnson again. And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Looking to throw. McNamara. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
They'll look to throw again. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 19. The third down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Back to throw. McNamara. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
And now out comes Houston. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long, and you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They got to make some moves.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, McNamara. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, McNamara. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play. But he could not pull it in. To throw on 3rd down, McNamara. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Texans back out there and ready to go. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down, and under pressure, they got him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. Dancing to his left, and he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Good open field tackling there, a 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They begin the drive with Johnson. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 65 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. And he's going to use his legs here. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to bring up a third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, McNamara. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Panthers have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Houston set to take over. This certainly has not been the start to the season that they were hoping for. Well on their way to an 0-2 start. And they go to work again here now in this fourth quarter. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Airing it out deep for Smith. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Here's Johnson again on second down. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 72 yards rushing for him now to this point. And they'll indeed take a knee. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina, and this was truly a total team effort.
They absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part.